Hi Theatre fam, welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you are new here, my name is Jordan and tonight I am off to the press night of Follies at the National Theatre. This is not the first time I've seen it, that's the biggest lie I've ever told. This is the second time I've seen Follies. I saw the original company revival last year when it was like Imelda Staunton, and this time it's Joanna Riding as well as another group of fantastic actors. So I am buzzed for tonight. I'm going to see if anything's like changed, but I didn't review it because we weren't vlogging at the time, so here we are, off to the National, buzzing for my life. With Connor. Are you buzzing?
My third entry into the vlog. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, guys, he's in the weekly, which will be like probably released by this point because I don't know how quickly we can get this out. But anyway, Connor, guys. Did we see lots of Connor? Purely because we've just taken over Connor's life. Sorry, pal, but are you buzzing for tonight? You're so buzzing. You haven't seen it before, have you?
No. Really, really excited. I love Stephen Sondheim.
I'm obsessed.
Honestly, what a legend.
You're going to love this show. It's glittery and classy.
Yeah. Or there's a cast, there's someone who's not performing. You'll know, because you'll edit this, but there's someone not performing tonight. There's a cover on. But I'm excited. I love a cover.
I live for an understudy moment. Yeah. It's like the theatre moment, isn't it? When the understudy goes on, you're like...
Yeah. Especially tonight, because it is the official London press night for Follies at the National Theatre.
What are you... I mean, I'm not a big fan of this light, but we'll deal. Oh, there we go, brightening up a bit. Okay, what are you most excited for tonight? Go.
Just to be in this space. Like, that's my first thing. The Olivier Theatre is one of my favourite venues in London.
We stan.
And I like the fact it's one act.
I mean, it's a long one act though, wow.
I'm ready for it.
I mean, it's great. It is great.
And where's the band? Where's the band? Where's the music?
We're not going to tell you that.
It's really like, it's all on track.
I mean, it's not. There is definitely a live band. Sorry, go on.
Was this the set that those people broke in on?
Or maybe.
Was it?
Oh, do you remember that?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
That was drama, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. On a different note, I'm absolutely buzzing for my life to see Tracy Bennett again.
Yeah. Oh, I have seen her live before.
You have?
Velma Von Tussle at Hairspray.
Oh, me too.
Second time I saw it.
Snapsies.
Yeah.
We were discussing yesterday when we'd seen Tracy Bennett.
Yeah.
But I'm also really excited to see Joanna Riding and what she brings to the role of Sally. So I'm living my best life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instagram for Encore Radio. Links below.
Links below. Links below. Also, this is one of my favourite sets in the entire world. In the entire world. It will change and you will love it. Connor's like, I have so many questions to ask you and I'm not going to tell him anything, but this is one of my favourite sets in the entire world. It's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I love it. Theatre fam, we need to talk about Follies at the National. We just need to because it's a necessity in life. Okay? Right. This show is easily, hands down, 5 stars across the board, no questions asked. Okay? Right? It is so glamorous, gorgeous, old school, lavish, and it's so expensive. You know, like when a show looks expensive, but it's beautifully done. And I'm just like, oh, I love it. This is the second time I have seen Follies. I saw it before we even started reviewing. I saw it with the original revival cast at National, which included like Imelda Staunton and Philip Quast. And now I am fortunate enough to see it with the new cast, including Joanna Riding. And I am just beside myself with sheer joy that Follies came back. One, because I stan Tracy Bennett, but two, the show is one of the most iconic productions I think I've seen in my lifetime. And I said to Russ when we first saw it, I was like, I wonder if I'll ever see something like that again. And I'm so happy it's returned to the National. So let's dive in. For those of you who don't know, Follies is a Stephen Sondheim musical, because we all love Stephen Sondheim. What a god. And it tells the story of the Weissman Follies. And in the old days, Follies were like kind of review shows where they'd have like glamorous girls in like kind of Vegas-esque, what we would now refer to as like Vegas, as kind of like leotards, big feathers, beautiful beaded costumes, like lavish. And they would do like songs and little sketches and routines. And basically the Weissman Follies theatre is being torn down to be turned into a car park. I mean, what? Nobody tears down a theatre for a car park just in life. But they, before Dimitri Weissman, who is the man that owns the Weissman Follies, closes the doors one last time to have the building tear down, he invites all of the Follies casts over the years back to see where they're at in their life. And then we encounter their journeys and like what their lives have done since the Follies, how a lot of them are still in kind of relationships with their younger self and how they want to be their younger self and how they wish they could pursue that. It's just beautiful. I love it. Let's get down to the casting. Okay, this programme, I kid you not, is like a book. Look at it. Literally, it's so thick. And I just needed the cast don't come with headshots in this programme, which is great. But I really like photos because sometimes I have to really marry it up. But I'm going to just go down people who I thought were absolutely 10 out of 10. Okay, Joanna Riding as Sally Durant Plummer is absolutely incredible. When Joanna was announced, loads of people were like, oh, well, she's got to fill Imelda's shoes. We need to stop that because people will always interpret a part differently, and that is what I like. I love to see development, and I love to see what their choices are. Now, I loved her Sally Durant, and now we're back to Joanna, sorry. I loved her Sally Durant so much. Why? Because I thought she played the naivety really well. I thought she also made her very funny, but in a very tragic way, and that's kind of what you need from Sally. Like, she's so longing to be her younger self that she's so lost as an adult, and I thought she played it beautifully. Her losing my mind in Act 2 was so distraught that it was brilliant. And at the end, we see Sally come in and she's like, I'm so glad I came to this party, because she can obviously relive her younger self. But at the end, when she kind of everything goes wrong, and I'm not going to kind of get into that because you need to go and see the show for me to, it's very long, so it would be like I'd be just telling you stuff and it probably wouldn't add up. But when she is distraught at the end, like, it broke my heart, because I was like, wow, she is hurting so badly that she has to return to this life that she doesn't really want. And I just thought she was beautiful as Sally, like absolutely brilliant. Phyllis Rogers Stone is played by Queen Janie D. Now, I saw Janie D in the original revival last year, and she's back to play Phyllis. She is so dry in humour, and again, her choices are amazing. And she goes from being really like stern and then whacks out this sassy number in Act 2, and it's just like, it's like Jessie X and Lucy Y, or the other way around. And it was so good, and that woman can dance. But like, as an actress, Jenny D totally encompasses Phyllis and gives her a real grit that you kind of hate but you kind of love, and like the sass that comes from her is just incredible. Alexander Hansen plays Benjamin Stone, which is Phyllis's husband, and he plays this kind of really kind of stern businessman, and he kind of wants to live his old life, but he kind of is quite comfortable where he is, and he's not really sure what he wants, but he is really, really strong in that character. Okie dokie, I've missed someone. Oh no, there it is. Peter Forbes returns to play Buddy Plummer, so that's Sally's other half. And He is so good, and he has loads of very like different numbers, especially like very up and down, and like I think his character arc is really interesting, but I really love his interpretation, especially when he does Buddy's song in Act 2, which is I got those God why don't you love me, oh you do, I see you later blues. It's called Buddy's Blues, there we go. But I really love that, and I think he plays comedy and desperation and love very well. I think he's really, really great. Absolutely incredible. I can't go through this whole cast list, guys. Look how long it is. We wouldn't get through everyone, and this review would be 10 hours long. So I'm just going to shout out as much as I can. Okie dokie. So that was that. And basically the story, those 4 that I just mentioned there, were all kind of friends in the day, and they dated back in the day, but were they dating who they wanted to be dating within their little friend group? And that's all I'm going to say. It's a beautiful story. Okay, on the press night, which I did attend, Heidi Schiller was played by Josephine Barstow due to the indisposition of Felicity Lott. Josephine Barstow, I did see, has already played the part of Heidi and returned to the press night to cover as Felicity was ill. However, Felicity will play Heidi until April 8th, and then Josephine Barstow will take over from the 6th of May full time again. Josephine Barstow is glamour. Sheer class and glamour. And she, therewith, has a song with Alison Langer, who is their younger self. So all of these guys, when they come back to the Weissman Follies, have themselves now, but they also have a younger double in the show that is them back in the day, so they'll have like the big Follies costume on, and it's beautiful. It's so captivating, that kind of ghost of them, their former selves in that theatre. It's just stunning. And Alison and Josephine together, that song, I literally am welling up thinking about it because it was just so gorgeous. It was just class. Oh, and those girls are just, those women are just such powerful classical singers, and it's just gorgeous. You just need to go and see them, guys. It's amazing. I'm sure Felicity is equally brilliant. I just wasn't fortunate enough to see her on this occasion. Okay, Stella Deems is played by Dawn Hope, and she gets the big number, Mirror, Mirror. Great. We love her. A shout out to a real hero and somebody that I really have loved over the years in theatre is to Claire Moore, who plays Hattie Walker, and in this version of the show, in the show, she sings Broadway Baby. You all know that one, yeah? Yeah? I'm just a Broadway. I'm really hoping that you're not sitting at your laptops being like, what is she doing? Anyway, Claire Moore is great, and she, again, is very funny, and Claire Moore is one of those actresses that can just turn her hand to anything. So it was lovely to see her in that show. Who else did I want to shout out to? Bear with me, I've got a very long list. Why is this so hard to find, everyone? Oh, yes! Young Sally is played by Gemma Sutton, and young Phyllis is played by Christine Tucker. And I thought those girls were amazing. I've seen Gemma Sutton in The Rink last year. Incredible. Also in Gypsy. Incredible. I've never seen Christine Tucker before, so this was a really nice introduction to her, and I really loved the way they played the youthfulness of their former selves. Do you know what I mean? That didn't make sense, did it? Okay, right. They play the younger versions of Joanna Ryder's character and JD's character, Phyllis and Sally. So they're the younger version, and they just kind of bring this kind of bright airiness, but at times they're really hammering into the love quad thing that's going on. Oh, it was just great. I'm going to talk about this for ages. Okay, right. Okay, my final shout out, because it has to happen. Queen Tracy Bennett. I love her. I just adore her. I just think that Tracy Bennett has something that you cannot teach. I just think she's absolutely phenomenal. She plays Carlotta Campion, and Tracy Bennett just has something about her that no matter when I watch her in anything, I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with how she has mastered her craft to really captivate a stage. And a lot of the time, I saw her in Mrs. Henderson Presents as well. I see her in Hairspray. So again, 3 very different shows. And I just feel like she is a talent that has something you can't teach. She's class act, a total class act. And she sings I'm Still Here in this in this production. And it is one of those moments that when she does it, I'm just like, I could stand up quite easily because I'm just always captivated by her brilliance and I just adore her. Okay, right. Bear with, because I have to try and get into the set and I need to find that where that is. Okay, creatives, here we go. It was actually on the next page. Duh. Okay, that's a bit wonky. Let's do that. Okay. So, the director is Dominic Cook. I love Dominic Cook's direction of this show. I love it. I think it's brilliant. And I've never seen... This is a big cast, guys. It's a huge cast. And he manages to have them all existing in the same space, but knows exactly how to draw your attention to the right area. And that's a combination of great direction and great acting. A great partnership in creation. And I absolutely love that. And at a point, they're all on stage all the time. And then all of a sudden they're just gone. And you're like, hang on. Where did they go? And he manages to kind of just take people out of scenes and slot them in, and you're like, hang on, where have they been? Or they're still existing in the space, but they're also not the focus. It's amazing what he can do. We love Dominic Cook's direction. The designer, so I'm assuming she designed everything because it just says designer, which is great. It's Vicky Mortimer. That set is my favourite set in the world. Bear with me, sorry. It's one of my favourite sets I've ever seen because it combines old school glamour with like this whole derelict theatre. Like it's all like rubble and yeah, it's got this big Weissman Follies sign. It's gorgeous and it kind of rotates and oh, it's beautiful. And the costumes are stunning. Like the ghosts of like the former selves are stunning, and those headpieces are huge, and the beading that you can literally hear it on the floor and you're like, God, that's so heavy, but that is so how it was. And then they're obviously reuniting in the 70s, and like all the wigs, everything is just so right. I think that's why people love this production. It's just, everything is right about it. Everything is solid choices and solid acting, music, everything. It's absolutely incredible. Shout out to the music director, Nigel Lilly. That is a long show. It's not a long show. It is a long show because it's not got an interval. It is a hard score. It is technical because it's Sondheim. And that takes a lot to put all that together. And everything about the show is right. Lighting designer is Paul Constable. Sound designer is lighting designer is Paulie Constable. And sound designer is Paul Gruthis? I hope that's right. I'm so sorry. I need to get better at reading. But anyway, guys, go and see Follies at the National. It's a sheer lavish production of gorgeous, gorgeous theatre combined with brilliance of casting and design. It's stunning. I love everything about it. If you haven't gathered that from about this 15-minute review, then I don't know what to say. But this is why I love talking to you all about my thoughts on a show, because I feel like I couldn't write them down, and it doesn't express my passion for what I'm seeing if I don't talk to you. So go and see Follies at the National. It's stunning, it's amazing, it's beautiful, it's brilliant. You will not be disappointed. So yeah, go and enjoy Follies, guys, because I'm definitely going to go back. See you there. Bye.